divided into three types: parenchyma simple permanent, collenchyma simple permanent, sclerenchyma simple permanent. First, we are going to see about the parenchyma simple tissue. So, this parenchyma tissue is abundantly present in the plant, and it is a common tissue which is present in the plant. The parenchyma tissue will be either in oval shape, round shape, polygonal shape, or isodiametric shape. So, this is about the parenchyma, and this parenchyma tissue will be further divided into three types. One is chlorenchyma, second one is arenchyma, third one is prosenchyma. Okay, chlorenchyma is nothing but a tissue which has a the tissue which is present in the chloroplast is the chlorenchyma. Arenchyma is tissue which has a air space is the arenchyma. Prosenchyma is it provides the strength to the parenchyma tissue. So this is about the prosenchyma. Next, we move on to what is the function of parenchyma tissue. So the function of parenchyma tissue is it store the food materials. So first function is it store the food materials. Apart from that storage, it will also takes part in the secretion. Secretion like enzymes, resins, nectar and oil. All the secretions can be secreted by the parenchyma tissue, which is nothing but simple permanent tissue. Next, second type of simple permanent tissue is collenchyma tissue. This collenchyma tissue is elastic and living tissue, and it will give a mechanical support. So you can say this collenchyma tissue is elastic, living tissue and mechanical tissue, and this collenchyma tissue is closely packed, whereas there it has a space, whereas here it is closely packed, and this collenchyma will further develop into hypodermis. Hypodermis is nothing but it is a layer which is present next to epidermis. The layer which is present next to epidermis is the hypodermis layer. That hypodermis will be formed from the collenchyma. And same like a parenchyma, collenchyma also has three types. One is lamellar type, second one is lacunar type, third one is angular type. The lamellar type is nothing but the thickening will be seen in the symmetrical pattern is the lamellar type, and lacular type is thickening will be seen only in the intercellular spaces. So thickening will be seen in the intercellular spaces is lacunar type. Angular type is thickening is seen at the corners of the plant. So thickening will be seen at the corners of the plant is the angular type. And if you see the functions of collenchyma, as I've already told you, collenchyma tissue which has a mechanical tissue. So it provides a strength, mechanical strength to the young plants, and because it gives a mechanical strength to the young plants, so the bending of the young plants can be, that is bending of the stem can be avoided. So it resists the bending. And third function is it prevents tearing of leaves. So the leaves will not be easily teared if the collenchyma tissue is present. Okay. Next, we move on to third type of simple permanent tissue, that is sclerenchyma tissue. Sclerenchyma tissue is a complete mechanical tissue, and the cells which is present in the sclerenchyma are dead and without protoplast, and this sclerenchyma has a unthickening region called pits. The unthickening region called pits is present in the exclusively in the sclerenchyma tissue, and this sclerenchyma tissue has two types. One is sclerenchyma fibers, second one is scleroid or stone cells. What is meant by sclerenchyma fibers? Here sclerenchyma fibers is nothing but the cell wall of sclerenchyma will be lignified. So once the cell wall of sclerenchyma is lignified, the lumen present in it will be get reduced. That is about the sclerenchyma fibers. Second type is scleroids or stone cells. Stone cells. So it is present in the hard part of the plant. Example is endocarp of coconut. Endocarp of coconut is a hard part of plant which is present in the, which has a scleroids or stone cells. And if you see the functions of the sclerenchyma, as I've already told you that it's completely dependent on the mechanical tissue, so it gives us mechanical strength. Apart from that, the scleroids which is present here, right, the type of scleroids, this scleroid will give a grittiness in the some plants. That grittiness that leads to the kind of shining glossy appearance of the fruit. If you cut the fruit, there will be shiny glossy appearance of the fruit. That kind of grittiness will be seen in guava and pear fruit. Okay, so this is about the permanent tissue. Again, I'll repeat, permanent tissue is nothing but the tissue which is permanently present in the plant. And if you take the types, it has two types, simple permanent, complex permanent. Simple permanent is nothing but it has only one type of cells inside the tissue, and there are three types of simple permanent: parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Parenchyma is abundantly present in the plant, and collenchyma will be elastic and it is closely packed. Collenchyma will be developed into hypodermis. Sclerenchyma is a mechanical tissue, and this sclerenchyma cells are dead and without protoplast, and this sclerenchyma will have unthickening areas called pits. So this is about the permanent tissue. Next we move on to what are the parts which has associated with permanent tissue. So far we were discussing about the simple permanent tissue. Next we are going to discuss about the complex permanent tissue. As I have already told you, in simple permanent tissue, a tissue has only one type of cells, whereas in complex permanent tissue, cells that are differ from one another is the complex permanent tissue. Okay, and this complex permanent tissue will constitute the conducting tissues of plants. So it will be conducting this complex permanent tissue is a conducting tissues of plants. So either it will be in the form of xylem or it will be in the form of phloem. Okay, first we will concentrate on the xylem. Xylem, it is what is called a xylem. Xylem, in Latin, xylos means wood. So it means this kind of tissues which is present in the wooden part of the trees is called the xylem, and it is discovered by a person called Nageli in 1858. And what is the function of a xylem? Xylem carries water conducting tissue. So xylem will be conducting water, so it is also called as water conducting tissue. And xylem has four parts. First one is tracheids, second one is vessel, third one is xylem fiber, fourth one is xylem parenchyma. Xylem fiber can also be called at wooden part of the plant. Okay, and xylem parenchyma is another one. Okay, so first we'll see the tracheid and vessel. This is the diagrammatical representation of tracheids and vessel. Tracheids has a pits. It has a inside the tracheids there will be a border pits will be present. Okay, whereas same way the vessel will also has a pitted secondary wall inside the vessel, and both this tracheid and vessel are dead cells and without any protoplast. So both the tracheids and vessels are dead cells without any protoplast. Next we move on to xylem fibers, that is wood fibers. So xylem fiber is again a dead elongated cells with tapering ends. So xylem fiber is again a dead elongated cells with tapering ends, and it will provide the mechanical support to the plants. And dead elongated cells which provides the mechanical support to the plant. Next one is xylem parenchyma. See, tracheids, vessel, xylem fibers. All these three will carry a dead cells, whereas xylem parenchyma will carry the living cells. And this living cells will be present in the ground mass of xylem tissue. And xylem parenchyma cells, cell wall is made up of cellulose. Xylem parenchyma store food materials as well as tannins. Okay, so this is about the parts of the xylem. Next, we move on to types of xylem. There are two types of xylem, primary xylem and secondary xylem. Primary xylem is significantly important because this primary xylem is the one which arises earlier in the plant body. Okay, and if you take this primary xylem, it has two parts. One is protoxylem, another one is metaxylem. Protoxylem is before the xylem produced. This is the first type of vessel which is formed and with narrow diameter. Metaxylem is after the protoxylem formed. This metaxylem will be formed and with broader diameter. And if you take the arrangement of primary xylem, it has three types of arrangement: exarch, endarch, mesarch. Exarch, protoxylem is arranged towards the periphery and metaxylem is arranged towards the center. This kind of arrangement, exarch kind of arrangement, is seen only in the roots of the plant. And endarch is protoxylem, endarch is vice versa to the exarch. Protoxylem is in the center, metaxylem is at the periphery, and this kind of arrangement is seen in the stems of the plant. And mesarch, mesarch is the midway between the protoxylem and metaxylem. So the protoxylem will be lie in between the metaxylem. So this is about the arrangement of primary xylem. Next we move on to secondary xylem. As you know that for secondary xylem will be developed only after the formation of secondary growth in plants. Again, to summarize the complex permanent tissue, I will repeat. Complex permanent tissue will have cells that are differ from one another. Okay, and it is a conducting system of the plant. So the tissue will have xylem and phloem. And if you take a xylem, xylem is the wooden part which is present in the trees, and xylem will be water conducting tissue. And xylem has different parts. One is tracheids, vessel, xylem fiber, and xylem parenchyma. Xylem fiber is also called wooden part of the plant. And the one common thing between the tracheids, vessel, and xylem fiber is all these three carry a dead cells, whereas xylem parenchyma carries a living cells. And if you take the types of xylem, it has two types of xylem: primary xylem and secondary xylem. If you take the primary xylem, it is a first earlier xylem which is formed. This primary xylem has two parts. One is protoxylem, another one is metaxylem. Protoxylem is the xylem which is formed first. Metaxylem is formed next to protoxylem. Protoxylem will have a narrow diameter vessels and metaxylem will have a broader diameter vessels. And if you take the arrangement of protoxylem, it has three types: exarch, endarch, mesarch. Exarch is protoxylem is arranged towards periphery, metaxylem is arranged towards center. This kind of arrangement is seen in the roots. And endarch is vice versa to the exarch. Next, mesarch. Mesarch is in between the protoxylem and the metaxylem. That means protoxylem will be lie in between the metaxylem. Next, we move on to secondary xylem. Secondary xylem is usually formed after the secondary growth seen in the plant. Okay. Next, we move on to, so in complex permanent tissue, so far we were discussing about the xylem. Next, we move on to phloem. Okay, phloem. Phloem is associated with the inner bark of the trees. The tree will, see, larger trees will have a bark. Those barks are associated with the phloem. So, phloem is nothing but it's the inner bark of the trees. And what is the function of a phloem? Phloem will transport the organic food in plants. So, phloem will transport the organic food in plants. This transportation in phloem occurs from the phloem the food pass on to the leaves, and from the leaves it pass on to the other parts of the plant. So phloem transportation occurs through from the leaves. The food is passed on to the other parts of the plants. Okay, just like a xylem, phloem will also has a 4 types of structure. First one is called sieve tube elements. Sieve tube elements. This sieve tube elements are consist of elongated tube-like structure, and those elongated tube-like structure we collectively called it as sieve tube elements, and this sieve tubes are arranged one above the other, just like this, one above the other in a longitudinal rows. So this sieve tubes will be arranged one above the other in a longitudinal rows. So this is one part is sieve tube elements. The second part of the phloem is companion cells. Companion, it means it gives a companion to the cells. So these companion cells are parenchymatous living cells. This parenchymatous cells are elongated in structure. So companion cells are elongated parenchymatous living cells, and this companion cells has a cytoplasmic content with a conspicuous nucleus. So this will has a conspicuous nucleus along with cytoplasmic content. This companion cell will be attached to the lateral side of sieve tubes. This companion cell will be attached to the lateral side of sieve tube. Third one is phloem or blast fibers. That means I have already told you that inner bark is also called blast. So it has a phloem or blast fibers. In blast fibers, it is made up of sclerenchymatous, whereas companion cells are made up of parenchymatous. In the phloem fibers, it is made up of sclerenchymatous. And when I say sclerenchymatous, these sclerenchymatous cells are dead cells, and it has unbranched dead cells. What is the function of a phloem fiber is, these phloem fibers are used in the jute industry and flax industry. So this phloem fibers are used in the jute industry and flax industry. The fourth type of phloem cell is phloem parenchyma. So here this phloem parenchyma has a parenchyma cell, and this is a living cell, and this will store the food materials. Not only it will store the food material, it will also accumulate tannins, resins, crystals, mucilage, etc. So there it was storing the nectar, oil and everything. Here it is storing the tannins, resin, crystals, mucilage, etc. And if you take the types of phloem, it has 2 types of phloem. One is primary phloem, second one is secondary phloem. First, let us concentrate first on the primary phloem. Primary phloem has 2 types. One is protophlloem, metaphloem. Protophlloem will have narrow sieve tubes. Metaphloem will have bigger sieve tubes. Okay, and next is secondary phloem. This secondary phloem is just like the secondary xylem. It is formed after the secondary growth of plant body. But this secondary phloem will have a vascular cambial ring. Based on this vascular cambial ring, you can find out the age of a tree. Age of a tree, based on this vascular cambial ring, you can find out the age of a tree. Okay, so to summarize again the phloem is a inner bark of the plant. It is present in the complex permanent tissue, and the function of the phloem is transportation. So the transportation occurs from leaves to the other parts of the body. There are 4 structure which is associated with phloem. First structure is sieve tube elements, which is made up of sieve elements, which is arranged one above the other in the longitudinal way. Second structure is companion cell. Companion cells are made up of parenchymatous living cells. So it will attach to the lateral side of the seed tube. The third one is phloem fibers. Phloem fibers are made up of sclerenchymatous dead cells, and these phloem fibers are associated with the jute industry and flax industry. Next, fourth structure is phloem parenchyma. So phloem parenchyma is again has a parenchymatous cell, and it stores the food. It not only store the food, it will accumulate tannin, resin crystals and mucilage. So this is about the structure of phloem. Next we move on to type of phloem. There are two type of phloem, primary phloem and secondary phloem. First we concentrate on the primary phloem. Primary phloem has two structures. One is protophlloem and second one is metaphloem. Protophlloem has a narrow sieve tubes. Metaphloem has a broader or bigger sieve tubes. And next we move on to secondary phloem. Secondary phloem is usually developed after the secondary growth of the plant. But this secondary phloem will have a specialized structure called vascular cambial ring. This vascular cambial ring can be determines the age of the tree. Whenever you want to find out the age of the tree, based on the vascular cambial ring, we can come to the conclusion of age of the tree. With this, we have completed the permanent tissue. Next, we move on to secretory tissue.